Hello, everything is fine? Welcome. In a world that is rapidly changing, full of unforeseen circumstances and trials, an essential quality emerges: resilience. Think of it as your internal ability to adapt, to remake yourself and flourish even when things get difficult. It's not about avoiding problems, it's about how you face and overcome them. Developing resilience is not only useful, it is essential for a more complete and meaningful life. It's what allows you to not only survive complex moments, but also learn from them and emerge stronger. Imagine resilience as the foundation of your inner fortress, built brick by brick with each challenge you face and overcome. Throughout this video, we will explore together 12 practical steps to build this fortitude, so that you can face any situation with more confidence and serenity. And to start this journey with positive energy, I invite you to repeat with me, or better yet, write in the comments: I am the force that builds my life with resilience and love. Let this phrase be your guide, your statement of personal power. In the next chapters, we will unravel each of these 12 steps, starting with understanding yourself, learning to deal with your emotions, and transforming your way of thinking. Get ready to discover the transformative power of resilience in your life. Let's go on this journey together. The first foundation for building resilience is self-awareness. But what exactly does self-awareness mean? It means having a deep knowledge of yourself, a close look at your interior. This involves understanding your emotions, your thoughts, identifying your deepest values and beliefs. It's like having an internal map that guides you through different situations in life. When you know yourself well, you can identify how you react to moments of pressure, what patterns of behavior emerge when you feel challenged. This perception is crucial, as it gives you the opportunity to act, instead of simply reacting automatically. How can we develop this self-awareness? There are some effective techniques. One of them is mindfulness meditation, or full attention. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, just as an observer. Another powerful tool is journaling, writing in a diary about your experiences, feelings, and reflections. Writing helps you organize your ideas and gain clarity about yourself. And don't forget the feedback. Seeking honest opinions from people you trust can provide valuable perspectives on your strengths and areas for improvement. It's like looking into a mirror that reflects aspects that you might not notice on your own. Now, I propose a small practical exercise. Think about a difficult situation you faced recently. What emotions came to the surface? What thoughts went through your mind? Just observe, without criticizing. This is the beginning of your journey of self-awareness, the first step towards stronger resilience. With self-awareness as the foundation, the next vital step is emotional management. Life inevitably brings moments of turmoil, internal storms of intense emotions. Managing these emotions in a healthy and constructive way is fundamental to resilience. The first step is to recognize and validate your emotions. All emotions, even those considered negative like anger, sadness, or fear, have a purpose. Don't ignore them. Don't repress them. Allow yourself to feel them, but without letting yourself be dominated by them. It's like watching the waves of the sea, recognizing their strength, but without drowning in them. There are several emotional regulation techniques that can help you on this journey. Deep breathing is a simple and powerful tool. Breathing consciously, slowly, and deeply calms the nervous system and reduces stress. Another effective technique is cognitive restructuring. It consists of questioning and modifying negative or distorted thoughts that intensify emotions. Sometimes our thoughts are more dramatic than reality. Creative expression can also be a healthy outlet for repressed emotions. Painting, singing, dancing, writing, any form of art can be a channel to release and process your feelings. And remember, seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but rather of wisdom. If internal storms become too intense and difficult to navigate alone, a mental health professional can offer you the support and tools you need. Shall we look at a practical example? Imagine you have just received frustrating news. Feel the emotion arise. Take a deep breath, question automatic negative thoughts, and perhaps put on some music to express how you feel. Managing emotions is learning to dance in the rain, instead of just waiting for the storm to pass. Now that we've explored self-awareness and emotional management, let's delve into the universe of positive thinking. But be careful. Positive thinking here does not mean ignoring problems or living in a fantasy world. It does mean deliberately choosing to focus on the positive aspects of life and your own qualities, even when things get complicated. Positive thinking has a huge impact on how we perceive reality. An optimistic mind tends to see opportunities where others see only barriers. This perspective directly influences your ability to overcome obstacles and persist in the face of challenges. It's like wearing glasses that, instead of distorting reality, help you see the path to follow more clearly, even in the midst of darkness. How can we cultivate this positive thinking? A powerful technique is positive affirmations. Repeating phrases that reinforce your self-confidence and belief in your potential works as a daily mental reinforcement. Another valuable practice is gratitude. Take a moment out of your day to recognize and value the good things in your life, no matter how small they may seem. Gratitude shifts the focus from what is missing to what you already have. And finally, positive reframing. When a negative thought arises, question it. Is there another way to look at this situation? Try to transform limiting thoughts into more constructive and hopeful perspectives. It's like learning to see the glass as half full instead of half empty. It is crucial to avoid toxic negativity, both external and internal. Stay away from excessively pessimistic environments and people, and practice self-compassion, avoiding harsh self-judgment. To exercise positive thinking, challenge yourself to identify recurring negative thoughts. For each of them, create a positive statement that contradicts it. Repeat these affirmations daily. Cultivating a growth mindset is like watering a plant. With care and consistency, it flourishes. Continuing our journey of resilience, we reach a crucial point: acceptance. Acceptance does not mean liking everything that happens, nor passively conforming to unwanted situations. Acceptance, in this context, is the willingness to recognize and embrace reality as it presents itself, without resistance, without denial. It's understanding that some things are simply out of our control. Resistance to reality generates suffering and anxiety. When we fight the inevitable, we waste energy uselessly and become frustrated. Acceptance, on the other hand, releases this energy, allowing us to focus on what we can really control: our actions and our attitude towards the situation. It's like learning to dance to music. Even if the melody isn't your favorite, it is important to distinguish acceptance from resignation. Resigning yourself means giving up, handing over the points. Acceptance is choosing the best way to deal with what is, seeking solutions, and learning within existing circumstances. Acceptance is not the end of the line, but a new starting point. How to practice acceptance? Mindfulness, once again, proves valuable. Observing thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing them to arise and pass without holding on to them, is a powerful exercise in acceptance. Self-compassion is also key. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, recognizing that imperfection is inherent to the human condition and that we all face difficulties. Focus on the present. Focus on what can be done now, in the current moment, rather than getting lost in lamenting the past or worrying about the uncertain future. Imagine dealing with a loss, a failure, or an illness. Acceptance does not eliminate pain, but it alleviates suffering. Instead of fighting reality, acceptance opens up space for healing, adaptation, and the search for new paths. Acceptance is the first step to transforming pain into strength. We arrive at the sixth step, a vital element to strengthen resilience: purpose. Purpose is the reason why we do what we do. It is what motivates us, drives us, and gives a deeper meaning to our existence. It is the internal compass that guides us, even when the journey becomes arduous. Having a clear purpose helps us overcome obstacles and find strength in difficult times. When we know what moves us, when we believe in something bigger than ourselves, adversity becomes less paralyzing. Purpose acts like a beacon, guiding us through the darkness and reminding us why it's worth keeping going. How to identify and cultivate our purpose? Start by reflecting on your values and passions. What is really important to you? What makes you feel alive, energized, authentic? Connect with your talents and skills. What do you do well? How can you use your gifts to contribute positively to the world, to help other people? Set meaningful goals that align with your values and passions. What do you want to achieve in life? What legacy do you want to leave? Ask yourself how your daily actions can bring you closer to that greater purpose. Aligning your actions with your purpose brings a sense of coherence and deep fulfillment. Be inspired by stories of people who found purpose in the midst of adversity. Think of figures like Nelson Mandela or Malala Yousafzai. Their lives demonstrate the transformative power of a strong purpose, capable of boosting resilience and inspiring change. Finding your purpose is like discovering the unique melody of your life, and resilience helps you dance to that tune with passion and determination, even at the most challenging beats. Moving forward in our exploration of resilience, we come to the 7th step: social connections. We humans are social creatures. Our relationships with others are vital to our well-being and, crucially, to our ability to get through challenging times. Think of social connections as the external pillars that support your inner fortitude. Healthy, meaningful relationships provide invaluable emotional support. When we feel connected, we experience a sense of belonging that nourishes us and gives us strength. These support networks also act as a reservoir of resources, offering practical help, advice, and different perspectives when we face stress. It is essential to invest time and energy in cultivating relationships with family, friends, colleagues, and people in your community. How can we strengthen these connections? Communication is the key. Practice attentive listening when someone is speaking. Strive to express your own feelings and needs clearly and honestly. Empathy is another fundamental element. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to understand their experiences and feelings. Show compassion and kindness. Mutual support is the foundation of strong relationships. Offer help when you can and don't hesitate to accept help when you need it. Share your experiences and resources with those around you. Participating in social activities is also a great way to strengthen bonds. Join groups, clubs, or organizations that share your interests. These spaces provide opportunities to meet new people and deepen existing relationships. It is important to remember that, in some situations, seeking professional help for relationship issues may be necessary and very beneficial. A therapist or counselor can offer guidance and tools for dealing with conflict and improving the quality of your social interactions. Now, a practical exercise. Reflect on who is part of your support network, who are the people you trust, and with whom you feel comfortable sharing your difficulties. Think of concrete ways to strengthen these bonds. How about sending a message, making a call, or planning a date with someone special? Building and nurturing your social connections is investing directly in your resilience. Continuing our exploration, we come to the 8th aspect of resilience: adaptation. In a world in constant motion, the ability to adjust to new situations and challenges is more than useful, it is indispensable. Adaptation is like the flexibility of a bamboo, which bends in a strong wind, but does not break. Adapting means developing the ability to navigate an environment in continuous transformation. It is important to understand the difference between resistance and adaptation. Resisting changes can generate frustration, exhaustion, and suffering. Adaptation, on the other hand, allows us to find new paths, identify unexpected opportunities, and move forward more lightly. How can we develop this ability to adapt? Mental flexibility is crucial. Be open to new ideas, different perspectives, and innovative solutions. Get out of the rigidity of thinking, "It's always been this way," and embrace the possibility that there are multiple paths. Continuous learning is another pillar of adaptation. Seek to acquire new knowledge and skills. Stay up to date with trends in the world and in your area of activity. The more you learn, the more tools you will have to adjust to new demands. Emotional resilience, which we have already discussed, is also fundamental for adaptation. Learn to deal with uncertainty, ambiguity, and the possibility of failure. We will not always have all the answers or complete control of the situation. Accepting this uncertainty and moving forward, even without a complete map, is part of the adaptation process. It's important to challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone. Try new things. Explore unknown territories. Each time you venture outside the familiar, you expand your ability to adapt. Think about stories of people who have successfully adjusted to major life upheavals. The loss of a job, a change of city, a health problem. All of these situations require adaptation. Watching how others overcome challenges can inspire you and give you the courage to face your own changes. The art of adaptation is turning challenges into springboards for growth. Moving forward to the 9th step of resilience, let's explore problem solving. Life inevitably presents us with obstacles. The way we face these challenges makes all the difference. Problem solving is the ability to approach difficulties proactively and creatively, transforming them into opportunities for learning and growth. Solving problems effectively is an essential skill for overcoming barriers and achieving your goals. There are steps that can guide you through this process. First, it is crucial to clearly identify the problem. Define exactly what needs to be resolved. Then, analyze the problem in depth. What are the causes? What are the effects? What factors are contributing to this situation? The next step is to generate solutions. Brainstorming is a useful technique here. Create a list of all the possible solutions that come to mind, without initial judgment. At this stage, quantity is more important than quality. After generating an extensive list, evaluate the solutions. Analyze the pros and cons of each option. Consider the available resources, the risks involved, and the viability of each solution. Choose the best solution, the one that seems most promising and appropriate to the situation. Then, implement the solution, put the plan into practice, and take the necessary actions. Finally, evaluate the results. Check whether the implemented solution actually resolved the issue. If not, or if it only partially resolved, make adjustments and try again. Problem solving is an iterative process. Creativity and persistence are fundamental in the search for solutions. The obvious answer is not always the best. Be open to thinking outside the box, exploring unconventional approaches, and don't give up easily. Persistence is the key to overcoming the most complex obstacles. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine that you are having difficulty meeting deadlines at work. Identify the problem. I'm having trouble managing my time and meeting deadlines. Analyze. I'm easily distracted by cell phone notifications and social media, and I'm not prioritizing important tasks. Generate solutions. Turn off notifications. Use time management apps. Create a priority list. Work in focused blocks of time. Evaluate the solutions. Choose the most appropriate one. Implement it. Start using a time management app and turn off notifications. And evaluate. Am I able to concentrate more and meet more deadlines? Problem solving is like a puzzle. With method and perseverance, the final piece falls into place. On our journey to resilience, the 10th step takes us to self-care. Amid life's challenges, taking time for yourself is not a luxury, but a vital necessity. Self-care encompasses all the actions we take with the aim of promoting our comprehensive well-being, physical, mental, emotional, and even spiritual. Taking care of yourself is essential to reduce stress, prevent burnout, and strengthen our ability to deal with difficulties. When we are well-nourished, rested, and have a balanced mind, our resilience naturally expands. It's like filling up a car to ensure it has the energy to travel long distances. There are countless ways to practice self-care. A balanced, nutrient-rich diet provides the energy needed for the body and mind to function at their best potential. Regular physical exercise invigorates the body, releases tension, and improves mood. Quality sleep allows the body and mind to recover and prepare for the challenges of the next day. Relaxation techniques, such as meditation, yoga, or massage, help calm the nervous system and reduce anxiety. And don't forget leisure. Dedicating time to activities that give you pleasure, have fun, and recharge your energy is essential to maintaining balance and joy in life. It's crucial to prioritize self-care and integrate it into your daily routine. Don't wait until you feel exhausted or overwhelmed to start taking care of yourself. Small, consistent actions make a big difference in the long run. How about a practical exercise? Create a personalized self-care plan. Think about practices that fit your lifestyle and needs. It could be a daily walk, a few minutes of meditation, a relaxing bath, reading an inspiring book, or meeting dear friends. The important thing is to choose activities that really nourish you and make you feel good. Remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is an act of self-love and an investment in your resilience. In the 11th step of our journey, we will explore continuous learning. Life is a constant school, and every experience, whether pleasant or challenging, offers valuable lessons. Continuous learning is this process of personal and professional growth that allows us to evolve, adapt, and become better versions of ourselves. Learning from experiences is essential for resilience. When we view challenges as learning opportunities, rather than just obstacles, we strengthen our ability to overcome them. How can we extract the most learning from our experiences? Reflection is fundamental. Take time to analyze your experiences. What happened? What did you do well? What could have been different? What did you learn from this situation? Seeking feedback from others is also very helpful. Ask for honest opinions about your performance, your actions, and your reactions. Different perspectives can bring valuable insights you hadn't realized. Experimentation is another powerful form of learning. Don't be afraid to test new approaches, new strategies. Step out of your comfort zone and explore unknown territories. With each new experience, you expand your knowledge and skills. And don't forget about mentoring. Seeking guidance from more experienced people who have already followed similar paths can speed up your learning and help you avoid common mistakes. It's crucial to keep an open mind and question your limiting beliefs. Be willing to change your mind, review your concepts, and adapt to new information. The world is constantly changing, and continuous learning is the key to keeping up with this evolution. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you made a mistake at work that had negative consequences. Instead of blaming yourself and regretting, reflect on what happened. What was the error? Why did it occur? What can you do differently next time? Seek feedback from your manager or colleagues. Try new approaches to avoid similar mistakes in the future. Continuous learning turns mistakes into stepping stones to success. We have reached the end of this journey through the 12 steps of resilience. Let's briefly revisit each of them. Self-awareness, emotional management, positive thinking, acceptance, purpose, social connections, adaptation, problem-solving, self-care, and continuous learning. Each step is a fundamental piece in building your inner fortress. It is important to remember that resilience is not a final destination, but a constant path of self-discovery, growth, and overcoming. It's not about reaching a state of unshakable perfection, but about developing the ability to get up after each fall, to learn from each challenge, and to move forward with more strength and wisdom. I encourage you to apply these teachings to your daily life. Start with small steps, practice one step at a time, and observe the transformations that resilience can bring to you. Share your experiences with others, inspire and be inspired by the community. Let us reaffirm our mantra together. I am the force that builds my life with resilience and love. Let this phrase echo in your mind, in your heart, and guide your steps on this continuous journey. If you liked this video and identified with the message, I invite you to subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this. Leave your comment, share your reflections and experiences, and help spread this message of hope and empowerment. Always remember, you are stronger than you know, and you have the power to overcome any challenge that life throws at you. Resilience is within you, ready to be cultivated and flourish. Continue your journey, build your inner strength, and live a life full of meaning and overcoming. Continuing our exploration of resilience, we turn the focus to a fundamental aspect of human life: relationships. Resilience is not just an individual journey. It crucially manifests itself in how we connect and interact with others. Think of resilience in relationships as the mortar that holds together the bricks of your inner strength with the strengths of those around you. In any relationship, whether romantic, family, or friendship, conflicts and disagreements arise. Navigating these situations resiliently means communicating openly, seeking compromise, and practicing empathy. It's understanding that disagreements are normal, and what matters is how we overcome them together. Resilience is also expressed in mutual support, being there for others in difficult times. Actively listening and offering emotional support are acts of relational resilience. It's about building a safe haven where both feel supported in the storms of life. Recovering from challenges in relationships, such as more serious disagreements or breaches of trust, requires resilience. Forgiveness, a willingness to rebuild trust, and open communication are ways to strengthen bonds and emerge stronger after difficulties. Establishing healthy boundaries is an act of resilience for both sides. Respecting individual space, communicating needs clearly, and maintaining self-respect are pillars of resilient and long-lasting relationships. Imagine a couple facing the loss of one partner's job. Relationship resilience manifests itself in mutual support, open communication about concerns, and joint search for solutions. Relational resilience is about building bonds that withstand the elements, making life's journey lighter and more meaningful for everyone involved. Moving forward on our journey, we come to the topic of resilience in the face of setbacks. It is inevitable that, at some point, we will encounter great disappointments and failures. Resilience does not eliminate the possibility of falls, but it defines how we get up and move forward. Think of resilience in the face of setbacks as the ability to rebuild your inner fortress, brick by brick, even after a major shock. The first step is to accept the reality of the setback. Avoiding denial and acknowledging pain are crucial. Allow yourself to feel emotions, but without letting yourself be paralyzed by them. It's like recognizing the extent of the damage to your fortress before starting reconstruction. Learning from failure is a fundamental step towards resilience. Identify the lessons the experience can offer. Change your perspective, seeking to understand what can be improved. Each setback can be a teacher in disguise, offering wisdom for the future. Maintain self-compassion in difficult times. Avoid harsh self-criticism and self-judgment. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, as you would a dear friend. Self-compassion is the cement that holds the bricks of your fortress together during rebuilding. Rebuilding after a setback requires setting new goals and taking small, progressive steps. Don't dwell on the past. Focus on the present and the future you want to create. Start with smaller actions and progress gradually. It is possible to find strength and growth in adversity. The concept of post-traumatic growth shows us that, after difficult experiences, we can emerge stronger, wiser, and with a renewed sense of purpose. Imagine someone losing their dream job. Resilience manifests itself in accepting loss, seeking to learn from experience, self-compassion during the process, establishing new career goals, and eventually, rebuilding one's professional life with even more determination. Resilience in the face of setbacks is about turning adversity into a catalyst for personal growth. Finally, we reach the last chapter of this journey: how to maintain long-term resilience. Resilience is not a fixed state that can be achieved and maintained without effort. It is an ongoing practice, a lifestyle that is cultivated daily. Think of long-term resilience as constantly maintaining your inner fortress, ensuring it remains strong and protected over time. Integrating resilient habits into your daily routine is essential. Practice mindfulness to maintain full attention, prioritize self-care to nurture your well-being, and cultivate positive thinking to keep your mind focused on solutions. These regular practices are like daily exercises that strengthen your fortitude. Periodically reviewing and adjusting your resilience strategies is important. Constant self-reflection allows you to identify what works best for you and adapt your practices as needed. Life changes, and your resilience needs to evolve too. Pursuing continuous growth and learning is an investment in long-term resilience. Stay curious, seek new knowledge, and constantly challenge yourself. Lifelong learning expands your inner resources and strengthens your ability to adapt. Building a resilient lifestyle involves balance in several areas: work, relationships, leisure, and self-care. Cultivate a clear sense of purpose and strengthen your social support network. These elements combined create a solid foundation for lasting resilience. Remember, the resilience journey is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be ups and downs, moments of strength and moments of vulnerability. The important thing is to move forward, learning and growing with each step. Together we reaffirm the mantra: I am the force that builds my life with resilience and love. May this phrase be a constant reminder of your inner power and your ability to build a resilient and meaningful life. Keep practicing, keep growing, and keep strengthening your inner fortitude day by day.